Alright guys, this is Jose, and welcome back to another little bit of footage here. Just kind of gonna see here if I can get this to work out the way I wanted it to, because I think I was running into an issue before with Windows. So if this does work, then that'll be pretty cool. But I'm currently running around the mining age here. This is the Nexus/mining age, and if we take a look at journey map, you can see this is sort of the area that we have populated. This is the Nexus, and these are all of our quarries. But I'm way off over here. And I've gone way off over here. Actually, I've gone even further than that, but that was using a different mini-map, and it doesn't help that I also play on two different computers. I play on my gaming desktop and on my gaming laptop, so it's kind of here and there. I'm currently going out trying to find some good Aura nodes, and I'm trying to make a Uber node back at the house. So this is all some pretty exciting stuff, but I think I'm going to head on back to the village. So I need to be going, or rather back to the Nexus. So I need to go this way. And once we get over here, we will go ahead and start getting this new node we jarred up here, this Aura node here. Get it put over with our node stabilizer and the pure node that I've captured. I don't think it'll stay pure for long, but I don't really care. I just had some good aspects on it, and once I get a compound wand recharge focus or turn it into an energized node, I'm not sure which, that will that'll help that out a little bit. So this server has been up for about 3 weeks now, and me and a few other friends play on it. We are open to invitations. We're actually looking for about 2 or 3 more players, maybe even up to 5, just people who will be on, you know, plenty. So, am I there yet? I'm getting there. So yeah, I'm currently wearing a set of dark steel, everything else, but my chest plate is a, it's actually a, what is it called? Resonant flux pack. And so it is a pretty cool little pack that fills up my flux-infused tools, also fills up any of my flux-infused Tinker's tools, and it works out pretty nicely. So yeah. So this is the first time I've done any recording in a while. I think the last recording I did was some mod development updates of one of my own mods that I worked on that I actually need to start modding again. I need to get my development environment set up on this computer. But I kind of stopped recording for a little while and stopped doing any sort of stuff for quite a while because I've been busy. But I actually have a new job now and have a little bit more spare time in the evenings. I'm not tired after work. I'm not, you know, drained physically anymore because I actually have an office job now. So that is pretty nice. And with this office job, I've actually been working full-time and have saved up a decent amount of money and built myself a very nice gaming computer here recently. I actually just finished it almost 2 weeks ago now, but I keep on buying little things for it. So yeah, so this is the Aura node that I have. It could use... what's it still missing? I don't think this is missing anything at this point. We'll just let these two merge. I'll probably need a few more nodes like this. But this will be nice. This will be a nice addition. That Victus will break down into Terra and Aqua. And yeah, while that is doing its thing, this will take... oh, actually, you know what? I didn't think about this. How big is this node? Too big. Let me... can I draw anything out of you? No, I can't. I need... this node is too big. I need to draw some Essentia out of it, or Vis out of it, rather. Because it is actually bigger than the node that I want it to absorb into. But while we're just kind of here, because I do not have any plans, I don't have any foci that I really want to use. I do want to take a tour of my world here. It's, or of my house, rather. I'll take a tour of the entire village while I'm here, actually. But I do want to kind of show off what all's been going on, because I have done a lot of stuff in the last 3 weeks or so on here, 2 or 3 weeks. But it has been a fun adventure. Also, I guess I can go ahead and go through the mod list. We do have quite a few neat mods. So to start off with, we of course have Code Chicken Core, all of Chicken Bones' mods, Wireless Redstone, Translocators, NEI, Code Chicken Core, Chicken Chunks, and Ender Storage. We have Bibliocraft and all the Bibliocraft add-ons for Biblio Woods, which is actually out of date. I forgot that there was an update the other day. We have Big Reactors, Biomes of Plenty, Botania, Buildcraft. We're on 6.1.8, I think, or 6.1.8, I think. The version that has moved over to Redstone Flux. We have Computercraft, Ender IO, Extra Utilities, Carpenter's Blocks, Compact Cellars. Let's see, Extra Utilities, Forestry, more Forestry, more Forestry, Gravisuit, Industrial Craft. Let's see, Industrial Craft, Iron Chests, Jabba, Mechanism, Miscraft, Natura, Open Blocks, Project Red, but we don't have Project Red World, so we don't have Marble or Basalt or any of the Peridot or any of that. I just don't find that to be at all necessary. We have a Railcraft beta on here that has a few fixes for RF as well, which is not publicly released yet. Aside from that, we have Redstone Arsenal. Tinker's Construct, of course, is a must-have nowadays, it seems like, although I'm kind of getting tired of it. We have Thomcraft, Thomic Tinkerer, Thermal Expansion, Thermal Foundation, Applied Energistics 2, Densors, Simply Jetpacks, Chisel. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, we have about, let's see what F3 says, 79 mods. So it's a smaller pack than the Direwolf 20 pack, which I think has like 137, I think, actually. But yeah, so taking a tour around the house here, we'll kind of take a look and see how everything is set up and get going here. It'll be a slightly longer episode, but it's been a while. So this is the exterior. I actually have not done a lot of stuff here on the outside. To be brutally honest, I'm not very good at building stuff as far as, like, buildings go. As you can see, everyone else here is, well, except for Clank, who's in the middle of working on stuff. He's also good, just sticking with the same design he usually does. Don't mind the iron chests. Those are actually a prank from me. Yeah, this is Fat Boy's house. This is Mason's house. Fat Boy's old house used to be up there. We have a meteor there and our farms that mostly I've been the one managing. Let's see. And then over here we have my Botania setup, which is a work in progress. I actually just got it started, set it up today. Let's see. Yeah, we don't really have a lot of mana right now. But I have a simple mana farm here with hydrangeas. And let's see, we have a fluid transfer node, which is producing water, going to these floodgates, dripping water all the way down, and filling up, or rather giving these hydrangeas something to drink. I've also got a lot of date blooms, because they're pretty good. My end plan is to make these thermalilies, which run off of lava, and then hooking this up to a lava pump in the nether, and replacing basically the water part with lava and replacing all the hydrangeas. Or maybe just adding alongside, I'm not sure. This is terribly inefficient, though. I was very disappointed. But yeah, so we also have a, let me just kind of clean up my inventory. I do have quite a bit of junk. We have a, my solar panels here on the surface, a small netherwort farm, small ender lily farm, which is due for harvesting slightly. I like to harvest them as soon as they're grown to help speed up the time between the one growth and the next. But yeah, this is Fat Boy and Mason's house. Mason's in the middle of working on his house, but he does have a nice basement going on. I really do like how this looks. But he's got a big reactor as well. Everyone is kind of going nuts with the big reactors, and I'm very happy because I like them. We take a look over here at Marx's house too. Marx has built this beautiful, gorgeous abode with some Crimson Cult banners. Oh, he made this a bedroom. This is new. I had not actually seen this. Oh, so swanky. This is very elegant. So let's see. He's used industrial craft iron fences. He's used this redwood really beautifully with some chisel marble, and I'm personally really impressed. The bookshelves here, I think they're just aesthetically pleasing. I don't think they actually serve any function, but they don't need to. That's for sure. Coming back down here, yeah, I don't see that those bookshelves serve any purpose, which is fine. I don't care. They look great. But this is his reactor room. We have, of course, yellorite going in and cyanite coming out. A few tweaks that I've made to the ore gen with this, by the way, is we don't actually have yellorium. Did I say yellorite? Yeah, it's yellorium. We don't have yellorium enabled as world gen. Instead, I've opted to stick with the already generated uranium from industrial craft, and basically, if you want yellorium, you would use uranium, because it already needs to be used anyways, and it keeps it from being imbalanced in that, you know, if you go mining, you'll find a lot of yellorium, but if you go mining for uranium, you won't find nearly as much. It'll be a little more balanced as far as how much you get. Coming down here, we have his basement, which is where the really crazy stuff happens. Let's get going. This is his, I suppose you can call it a laboratory. It's more of his applied energistics framework. Oh, I need to go get that node too eventually. Basically, he's got all of his automated machinery here. All of his ME drives, these are all 1Ks, I believe. Most of them, at least, are 1Ks, 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 1K. Yeah, they're all 1Ks. But if you count, he's got, let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40. Wait, is this 110 1K storage drives? And you can see a lot of these over here are actually full. Not to any surprise at all, but he has a lot of stuff. So that's a big part of it, I'm sure. So he's got his mechanism machinery. He actually really likes universal cable. I liked it. I still kind of like it, but I prefer thermal expansion's conduits the best, which we don't have yet, thanks to thermal expansion splitting that off into thermal dynamics, I believe. But we'll do a fly around here real quick. But so I prefer using the extra utilities transfer nodes because I kind of felt like they were getting a little bit overpowered with the universal cable being able to power literally anything. I kind of felt like that removed some of the dynamic wiring and setups that you will generally go with in having multiple energy systems. So that's why I still have IC2 power separated from my IC2 machines and RF for my RF machines. I don't like using universal cable to hook up my RF into joules into anything else. So this is my house now. We'll finally get into this part, and I suppose one of the best ways to get around is to clean up my inventory, is to portable hole around a little bit. So when you come into my home, by the way, we have the Mistcraft book here, but we have some enchanted book processing here because that's been my really big thing. So this is my my ad lib enchanting system. It's not really that complicated. This is my sorting ender chest frequency, and basically I just stick books in here and they get pulled out when they're enchanted and go into my system. If you're looking for books, this ME crafting terminal actually has, I don't know why I made it a crafting terminal, come to think of it, but it actually has a view cell in it that shows all of my enchanted books. So, and they're sorted by how many I have on this one specifically. So if you're ever looking for things as far as enchanted books go, this is where you'd go. I have a lot of repair books actually. But yeah, I generally try to keep these, like if I'm going to use one that I've only got one left, I will come up here and actually duplicate it using, or not duplicate it, but copy it using Bibliocraft. So all of this XP is coming from my Blaze farm over here. The Blaze farm is pretty neat, and I'll get into all of this in a minute. The Blaze farm is pretty neat. Basically, the way it works is, get in here without ruining things. Yeah, there we go. It's basically just a Blaze spawner with a piece of cursed earth beneath it, and with that piece of cursed earth being there, it makes it so that the spawner works even when nobody is around, just more inefficiently than it normally would. All of this is here is just to keep the room lit up because they will still spawn in this light level, but I didn't want other mobs spawning, which happened once or twice and actually caused my first take at this to explode, which was kind of sad, kind of disappointing. So following along here, I guess we can, we'll spit out here first. This is my, oh, that actually looks really cool. This is my entire base energy level. This is like my base's energy level, I should say. So this kind of indicates how much energy I have. I know a lot of people would say green is good. I kind of consider cyan to be like the, peak level. So red means that I have either 0 RF stored or less, or rather 0 to, I think it's 0 to 1 million or 0 to 2 million RF, which is in RF not a whole lot. By the way, this all of this blaze stuff is just conveyor belts going into a vacuum hopper with a turtle slicing. This slicer turtle has a transfer node putting all the drops into the ender chest, which sorts, and then has a vacuum hopper for any random drops going into the turtle as well, and liquid XP going to my XP tank, a vendor tank, which spits out there. This is a drain, drains into my iron tank, and then the iron tank has a button with a toggle latch that turns on or off this transfer node for liquids, which goes over to the enchantment table. Bam. So I hope that made a little bit of sense. So back up here, we have the coke oven, which isn't very exciting. What few IC2 machines I do use are here. I was using more. I had about, was it 8 recyclers, powering a scrap-powered steam dynamo setup, but I removed it and went to my big reactor, which I think was cooler. Let's see. Over here I have my inscribers. Each one of these has the proper item that, or the proper press that corresponds with the item in the item frame. Oh. I guess reading one does have a pretty neat use then. But yeah, I went ahead and did this simple setup. Basically, there's a hopper beneath it, and it goes in here. Nothing automatically pulls it out, but it still makes it easier. And then once I grab those from there, if I put any of the contents into this chest, it will automatically, whoops, craft it into the circuits. Simple Ender IO setup there with the inscriber. I'm not really going to go into details with that. That's a pretty logical setup. So here's one of my access terminals for all of my stuff. And then over here is a mob farm that I have been working on. I just need to come up with a better way of killing the mobs because this doesn't really work as well as it should. Rather, it doesn't work as well as it could. I was hoping that would work. That's not where I want to be. There we go. So coming down into, I guess this is how I get normal XP. I just kind of look up and down with the buckets and grab it. So if I ever need normal XP for my anvil for using the enchanted books, this is where I get it from. So this is my sort of my mainframe room. I have my big reactor here, which is currently producing some. Wait, why is this on? Oh, did I ever turn these on? This should not be on. That was weird. That should not have been on. I did restart the server since the last time I had this all set up. But basically, here's how this works. I have 2 energy cells, and on the other side of this energy cell is a power tap. So these 2 energy cells here kind of have their own purpose. This one is my sort of my second one, the second buffer, but it also determines like how much power I have in total, because this one will always be full as long as this one has something. So this is the one I compare to determine if I need to get more power or not. And so this has a simple program that I wrote that checks the signal from this comparator. The analog signal is compared, and if it is less than 15, it outputs a redstone signal to the back, which is how I turn on and off my reactor. Then this one has another set of kind of complicated code that I will actually go through this set because it's not that bad. So going through this code, basically it's just a matter of if the redstone signal is less than this or this or this or this or this, it just inputs or outputs all the colors to my bundled cabling. So beneath here is where I have my bundled cabling going all the way over. And then up some, a little bit. See if I can, well, it's kind of hard to show. But it's there. The bundled cabling goes, here we go, up and over into my lamp system, which should have turned on, unless I accidentally broke cable, which I may have. We'll just see. Ah, yeah, wow, I broke a lot of cable. That's not what I wanted. That was weird. I am actually missing a ton of cable here. Oh, well, I guess not a ton, just a single piece. That's, unexpected. I do have a little bit extra, but man, that's not what I had expected to happen at all. So now my light should be on. Yeah, there we go. That was weird. But yeah, that's basically the reactor setup in a nutshell. And then we've got metal posts here, and these are factory blocks. This is my crystal growth setup, and this is all of my storage. I have all of these set up to auto void anything past the contents or the maximum storage capacity here in the barrels. So they will delete anything that exceeds what they can hold, which is good for saving space. These are my auto ore processing machines down here. They're both, these are both the, I think, hardened versions, yeah, and they've got the speed increase on them. And then this is my filing cabinet for all of my enchanted books, all of my mist pages, and all of my ethereal essence. And then this is where I worked really hard. I have two 16Ks and 30 4Ks. And I think this will last me probably forever. So, like I said, this is still a work in progress, and that's all that. Over here on this side, we have my bed and some Technicolor glasses. I do like how it tells you what's there. Huh, that's weird. And some little scaffolding that I did to kind of make the room fill up a little better. We have an iron tank full of oil that I still haven't used. I'm actually kind of considering just dumping it. I don't know. And this is all of my personal machinery that I use for myself. I just kind of have it embedded into the wall, and the energy pipe is behind it. So these two are also hardened with a speed or an augmentation upgrade. I have an octadic capacitor in my alloy smelter, which is how I'm getting all of my glass at the moment. Rather, it's how I was making glass earlier because I needed a lot of glass. Now I have enough. We have a simple magma crucible set up here. Pretty typical. My Tinker's Construct room as well as my QED, which is now a quantum entity device. This is my Thaumcraft room. I need to fix this. These used to be micro blocks, and then I had some micro block ID issues, but now it is fixed again. So yeah, this is my Thaumcraft room. I've got my altar, and down here I have my, here's more traces of that weird ID issue. But down here is where I have all of my instability assisting factors, as well as up here. And, you know, my Aura node that I'm working on here, and another access terminal here. And I forgot to mention the one that's also right here. I like being able to just be able to access everything pretty quickly. But here's all of the wiring. Nothing too crazy complex. Just simple stuff. So, I guess that'll go ahead and wrap it up here, but it's good to get back into the system, or back into the swing of things with recording, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you have any questions about the computer build that I'm on now, or any of my other hardware, my new headset that I'm using right now, or anything like that, just feel free to ask. I'm always happy to keep you informed, and I will come back here in a few days and show you all what we've done next. I'm going to kind of keep it on a tour basis more than a here's how to do things or here's me doing things. I kind of find that a Let's Play is a little more boring than just a typical, or rather than a, not typical, but a sort of tour style. So I'm going to try to stick with that unless you guys have anything negative to say about it in those terms, in which case I'll probably move away from it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I do appreciate you guys for tuning in, and yeah, take care.